43 y pues bienvenidos al capítulo número 75 de este Genshin Impact. Antes que nada quiero agradecerles a todos ustedes por seguirme ahí detrás de la pantalla, muchísimas gracias. Y también los quiero invitar a suscribirse si aún no lo han hecho. Hace muy poquito les acabo de traer unas misiones que son de tocar como una especie como de mini guitarrita, o no sé cómo se diga. Ya estamos a unos cuantos días de prácticamente que se vaya este muchacho, el mago Tartaglia. Acaba de salir, yo creo que fue ayer o antier, que salió lo que es esta misión, Dominio del Guerrero. Que van a ser bastantitas protogemas que van a estar dando, muchas protogemas. Van a estar también regalando a Xinyan, o como le quieran decir, no sé si lo estoy pronunciando bien, pero van a regalar a esta muchacha. Para las personas que la quieran, ¿verdad? Yo la tengo casi maxeada, así que pues no, la verdad no me interesa tanto. Y pues tienes que hacer como unas especies de dominios y todo eso. Dicen que está entretenido, dicen que está muy bien y pues eso es lo que vamos a hacer el día de hoy. Vamos a hacer esta misión, tiene un poco de historia, así que vamos para allá. Ahorita mismo ya estamos en el prácticamente bloqueada. Ok, son varios dominios que tenemos que ir. Vamos a llegar o al primero sería legado ominoso. Creo que así se dice. Legado ominoso. Vamos para allá. Vamos a hacer esta misión que está aquí. Y justamente, bueno, sí, estamos muy retirados. Demasiado retirados. ¿Dónde queda esta misión? Queda hasta Liyue, o dónde queda esto. Ya. Pero ¿por qué no me marca la? Sí, está allá, pero no, es hasta acá. Es en Inazuma. Yo pensé que era acá en Liyue, pero no, es en Inazuma. Bueno, vamos para allá. La encargada, con Catherine.
Hello, traveler. You couldn't have come at a better time. The Adventurers Guild has received a new commission, but it's a little complicated. We've struggled to find the right candidate for the job. I'll get straight to the point. The client is a distinctive musician from Liyue. She's in possession of a temporary travel permit that's about to expire, and is looking for someone familiar with the process to help her renew it and avoid deportation.
Hey! Wipe that disappointed look off your face! Imagine if you were in that situation! Huh. A distinctive female musician from Liyue? Sounds familiar.
Oh? Is she a friend of yours? She headed for the Tenryou Commission after submitting her request. You should be able to find her there. I hear that the commission has been very busy recently, so they probably won't be able to help her.
If it's who Paimon thinks it is, she's probably introducing the Tenryou Commission to some sweet riffs right now! But doesn't everyone love rock and roll?
La situación complicada. Pues así iniciamos. Ya sabemos quién es la persona que va a solicitar o está solicitando nuestra ayuda. Ya lo sabemos prácticamente. Vamos para el siguiente punto de teletransporte. O teletransporte, o como se diga, da igual, vamos para acá. Yeah. Sí, es realmente Xinyan.
So it is Xinyan! Ha! Paimon's intuition prevails again!
Pero si hace un momento no recordaba ni su nombre. Me encanta.
Huh? Well, I'll be! Paimon, traveler, what are you two doing here? I never thought I'd run into familiar faces so far from home. Well, if you're here for a performance, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you. It's a long story. Have you heard of the Iridescence Tour? Well, it's okay if you haven't. I didn't hear about it until just recently. Oh, the more I think about it, this whole thing was weird from the get-go. The organizers told me it was a music festival from Fontaine that was famous throughout Tibet, but it seemed like nobody in Liyue had ever heard of it before. There was a guy standing on the side of the road calling out like he was selling sunsettias or something. I only inquired because I felt bad for him.
Aw, that was nice of you.
Well, anyway, he showed me a ton of material. The Iridescence tour is... I heard that getting stage time means your music might start to be heard far and wide.
Wow, you'd be famous overnight if you were up there.
You think so? Oh, me too. I want as many folks as possible to hear my music. That's why I'm so set on attending the festival. This year's Iridescence tour is being held here, in Inazuma. I've been honing a bunch of new songs since I signed up. I even asked Beto to ferry me out here ahead of time to scout the place out and make sure everything goes perfect. Xiangling made me up a special packed lunch to wish me well, but they ran into trouble out on the ocean. They can't make it. They even got fishing boats to send a message to Inazuma so the authorities could start spreading the word. Oh, how can they just cancel it like that? I come here to perform, and they tell me this after I arrive? Now there's no way of getting the travel permit that the organizers arranged for me.
Seems like no one was more excited than you about performing at the festival. Oh, it's not fair.
It ain't always easy being a musician. Well, shucks, enough complaining. This ain't the first time I wasn't able to perform.
Wow, you sure cheered up quick.
If you want to play rock and roll for a living, you gotta be tenacious. That's why I sprang into action. I submitted a request at the Adventurers Guild and headed straight to the Tenryou Commission to see what else I could find out. However, I've been standing here for ages already. I'm not sure what's keeping those Tenryou Commission samurai so busy that they don't even have time to say hi.
How dare they? Paimon bets they're just goofing off.
It's fine. Stuff like this is bound to happen when you step onto unfamiliar shores. Hey, now we're talking. If you can get my permit straightened out, I'll write you a killer tune as a token of my heartfelt gratitude.
Pues muy bien, entonces ya supimos un poco lo que es la historia que tiene, que prácticamente vino a un concierto y luego ya nadie supo de nada y luego ya lo están cancelando, se le va a vencer el pasaporte para estar en Inazuma y pues no sabe qué hacer. Muy bien, pues vamos a hablar con un guardia.
You again? I thought I told you, we're busy already. You'll have to wait.
Sorry, fellas. Perhaps my agent here can explain.
Madame Kujo-Sara? Oh, you must be the traveler. Is this outsider girl a friend of yours?
Sure is. She got stood up and now she's stuck here, so she needs to extend her travel permit. Come on, what kind of impression are you guys creating for visitors here?
Please, don't be mistaken. We're not purposely delaying anything. Something big happened recently, and the Tenryou Commission is spread thin. We don't have the resources right now. The reason came later than anyone else.
Oh, what is this something big?
I can't tell you anymore. Madame Kujo-Sara is in the courtyard. Ask her yourself if you want to understand the situation.
So they really are busy.
Seems that way, but that's okay.
Bueno, pues muy bien. Pues vamos para acá.
Why do these samurai look so serious? Like they're about to go to battle.
Pues están todos aquí formados.
Formations! Follow the vanguard and assemble outside the city.
Eso sí, Koyusara es hermosa, hermosísima, guapísima la muchacha.
Traveler. And who else do we have here? No harm done. What brings you to the Tenryou Commission headquarters all of a sudden? Is there trouble afoot? Because if there's anything I can help with, don't hesitate to ask.
Finally, someone who can call the shots.
I see. It's regrettable that your friend has run into such an unfortunate incident, especially after such a journey. The Tenryo Commission is experiencing a large turnover of personnel in very difficult circumstances. We really are short on people. I apologize for not having tended to your friend's request on time.
It's rare to see you guys struggling like this. What is it this time? Oh, yeah! We're just casually asking.
No one's to blame here. Seems I just arrived at a bad time.
Yeah! Why don't you tell us what kind of trouble you're facing, and we'll do our best to help. In return, maybe you could help Xinyan extend her travel permit.
We really could use the extra help, especially from capable individuals like yourselves. Alright, here's the situation. Recently, a nameless domain has appeared in the Araumi region. Monsters with incredible strength have been pouring into the area.
But surely the Tenryu Commission are used to dealing with monsters.
The domain appeared quite unexpectedly, and we've come under serious pressure. I've already sent out scouts to investigate. Originally, I was planning to lead a force there myself, but an extended period on the front lines would leave the Tenryo Commission without oversight. It just didn't feel right.
Well, if you need folks who can fight, I'll wager we can certainly be of assistance. Ain't that right, Traveler?
Yeah! We do you a favor, and you do us a favor. Got it?
Jeez, are you really giving orders to a general, Paimon?
It's fine. I'm indebted to you. This really is the best solution at the moment. If it were anyone else, I'd have to refuse. But even the almighty Shogun has recognized your abilities, Traveler. I'm happy to assign this task to you.
Ooh, say now. Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself in Inazuma. Oh, I'm getting to. Xiangling and the other folks are always saying you're destined for big things. Madam Kujo Sora, where should we go next?
I'll take you over to the location now. I should warn you that I haven't been there myself yet, so I'm not sure how dangerous things could get. As a precaution, please bring sufficient combat equipment and supplies with you.
Can we write off the expenses?
Fair enough. I'll put in a request now.
Hold up. I remember there's a travel permit processing fee. Why don't you write that off, and I'll cover all our other expenses. It's nothing. Actually, Beto gave me a bag of Mora to spend before I even got off the ship. Seeing as I'm inconveniencing just about everyone, it's about time I had something to show for it. Why don't we just split it between us? It should cover equipment and supplies, no trouble.
Huh. You are a woman of method and integrity, I see.
No, don't mention it. But don't go forgetting about my permit now.
I will see to it personally. You have nothing to worry about.
Fantastic. Thank you, ma'am.
So it's agreed? All right, let's take care of this domain.
Sounds like a plan. Let's hit the road.
Muy bien, perfecto. Entonces ya hablamos, va a haber un dominio y va a haber muchos monstruos. Ok. Aquí enfrente de la muchacha esta, ya quitaron lo que son las visiones que estaban ahí. Ahora sí, nos vamos. Nos vamos. Es hasta acá. ¡Oh, no, que me morí! Se murió Xiao. Qué forma más patética de morir, ¿eh? Qué fake. Ahí está, perfecto. Lo siento.
Ma'am, you're finally here. We were ambushed by monsters at the entrance as soon as we started to investigate. We were able to push most of them back into the domain, but many of our troops were injured, so I decided to tend to them before issuing the order to pursue.
Southeast. Oh no, there'll be civilians along the way. This is urgent. We need to split up for now. I'll lead a team to pursue the monsters that got away. I'm sure you don't need reminding, but be careful.
Don't worry about a thing. We got this.
One more thing. Monsters often try to sneak out from the domain. Keep a close watch on the entrance, and...
Watanabe, trust in my judgment.
Yes, ma'am.
And off she goes.
Wow, she ain't playing, huh?
Well, she is leading an army after all. Okay, let's get over to the entrance.
Pues muy bien. No se puede jugar con Koyusara. Prácticamente ella es la que manda y ella manda. Lo que se dice, se hace. Perfecto. Muy bien. Más, muy bien. Oh, se hacen como polvo, ¿eh? Y sueltan como una especie como de monito. Sí, sueltan como una especie de monito o algo así. ¡Para allá! ¡Ay, se para allá! Muy bien. ¡A volar! Se ha dicho. ¡Ah, vienen más! Y pues prácticamente ya quedó. Listo. Muy bien.
Huh? There's something on the ground.
¿Y ahora?
It's just a piece of paper. It looks like a little paper figure. Is it a talisman? Maybe one of the samurai dropped it.
A paper figure, huh? Reminds me of the Shikigami they talk about in the legends. Yeah, I spent a lot of time looking into legends from all over Tibet. Well, they give me inspiration for my lyrics. They say in Inazuma there are paper cutouts imbued with magical power that follow their masters wherever they go. Some of them can banish evil, repel monsters, or even protect your home.
Sounds a bit like all that sigil and adepti art stuff they have over in Liyue.
Tal vez debería cambiar a Paimon por un papel y tijeras. Suena que es muy fuerte que vamos a poner la primera a ver qué dice Paimon.
What? Paimon is a professional Tibet travel guide and your best friend. Hopefully your fighting origami do that.
Pobrecito Paimon.
Look! The Shikigami, it's moving!
Hey there, little paper guy. Can you hear us? Can you talk?
Where am I? Did I faint? Oh no. Wait. Did you see the monsters that escaped from here? Where did they go?
Well, there were monsters around here, all right. But we took care of all of them.
Thank you. And thank goodness they didn't manage to escape. I'd never forgive myself if someone got hurt.
Are you a Shikigami? Those monsters, you didn't let them out, right?
To my knowledge, Shikigami are all about defeating monsters. So what's your story?
My name is Shiki Taisho, and I'm sorry you have to see me like this on our first meeting. This domain is called the Mystic Onmyo Chamber. I'm the overseer in charge here. The Mystic Onmyo Chamber has been in an extended slumber, just as I have. However, a few days ago, under the influence of an unknown power, all the monsters in the domain were suddenly awakened. Actually, it seems like I may have suffered some memory loss in the process. All I remember is waking up to a living nightmare. I was surprised to see the monsters turn into paper charms when they were defeated. That's when I remembered that they must also be Onmyodo creations.
Onmyodo creations? I don't follow.
I'm sorry. I can't give you a clear explanation right now. Me? My sincere apologies. I am a Shikigami. But all I know is that I'm the overseer responsible for this domain. I can't remember who my master is.
You mean you don't even know if you're one of the good guys? Aw. Hey, don't worry. Paimon heard that those with memory loss sometimes start to remember things when they return to a familiar place. Why don't you try going back into the domain?
I was just about to try that.
I still have many unanswered questions, but one thing I'm certain of is that my powers originate from this domain. We might even be one and the same. For some reason, I have a feeling that I should be able to completely control it.
If Shikigami are supposed to help with banishing evil and repelling monsters, you were probably stationed here to guard the entrance. As for your memory loss, did you ever hear those stories? You know, the one where someone loses their memory and forgets about the incredible powers they had? Once they remember, they become invincible again.
Aquí voy a hacer un paréntesis. Ya les había dicho muchas veces yo en directo que Paimon tiene el nombre de un demonio, y la mayoría de todo lo que son los arcontes también tienen nombres de demonios. Posiblemente a Paimon le esté pasando lo mismo que a este muchachito o a este pedacito de papel. En cuanto a tu pérdida de memoria, ¿en alguna vez escuchaste historias, ya sabes, esas donde alguien pierde la memoria y olvida los increíbles poderes que posee? Cuando los recuerda, se vuelve increíblemente invencible de nuevo. Estamos hablando prácticamente como que nos están dando pistas de algo de Paimon. Pero bueno, vamos a dejarlo solamente ahí. No sé si en algún futuro, dentro de 3, 5, 6 años, todo esto tenga algo de sentido.
Actually, I was just thinking along those lines.
The most urgent task is helping you to remember, right? Once your memory's back, you might be able to control the domain again and stop any more monsters from escaping.
Traveler, can I borrow you for a second? This Shiki Taisho has only just woken up and it's lost part of its memory. Do you trust it? Well, if it really is a guardian of the domain, then we're in good company. But if it's not... Exactly. We shouldn't make any foregone conclusions, but we still gotta be careful. Besides, we still don't know who built this domain, or why there are so many monsters inside. Paimon, on the other hand, seems to trust it quite a bit. I guess she's still a child at heart. Hold on there, Paimon. Let's get a grasp of the situation before we get too hasty.
I understand. Between my mysterious memory loss and my link to this Onmyo chamber.
Why don't you let me test your sincerity?
Sincerity? Ooh, sounds like something interesting is about to happen.
You may not believe it, but music lovers like myself are able to use a special kind of language that isn't used by ordinary folks. This language can be transmitted to others in the form of music itself.
Ooh, special language? Paimon wants to hear it.
It's an honest language that touches the true depths of the heart. I'll be using this language to perform a test to see if our friend Shiki Taisho here is truly trustworthy.
Music? That's not something I have much experience with. But I'm willing to accept any trials you deem necessary.
All right. Well then listen up and look lively. Hope your spines ain't shivering too much.
But you only played one song. Is that enough for the test?
The language I spoke was hidden in the music. You won't notice it, but it'll find its way into your heart and expand your mind. Every soul reacts differently to this kind of language. Just tell me how it made you feel, and I'll tell you the color of your soul.
What? That sounds amazing!
A kind heart? A heart forced into evil deeds? A heart closed off from having grown used to misfortune. So, Shiki Taisho, tell me, what did...
I'm sorry, I'm not sure I understand. I've never heard music like this before. So it's impossible for me to grasp the hidden intricacies. What I can say is that my body and soul, if I have a soul, has been uplifted by your melody. I'm not sure how to put it, but it felt like I was wandering aimlessly on a path with a mist all around me. There were sounds coming from beyond the mist that frightened me, and I worried I was about to be swallowed by some hidden danger. I didn't know where my destination was, but it felt like someone was waiting there for me.
Wow, that's a lot of feels for a piece of paper. Maybe Paimon failed the test. All Paimon could think of was a bunch of people eating grilled fish.
Grilled fish. I think I saw something similar to that. I was grilling fish with people whose faces I couldn't make out. There was a fire at the end of the mist. People were sitting around with freshly caught fish on bamboo skewers. I'd transformed into an actual person. And yet, I had the feeling that I'd be leaving and continuing on my way again.
An endless journey. And there wasn't any fighting. Mighty interesting. So my melody didn't conjure up any thoughts of fighting for you?
Oh. Should it have?
No. You gave a great answer. I had a few friends listen to that tune before as well. Your answer really reminded me of theirs. As far as songs go, it's pretty complex with a lot of twists and turns, but the image you had prevailed the whole way through.
Are you talking about Xiangling and Beidou?
That's right. I'll wager you're a like-minded being. Based on your answer, I'm willing to trust you.
Really? I was just trying to describe how I felt.
That's because this is all still mysterious to you. I have no doubt about the language of music. Music ain't bound to anything. It's free in the truest sense of the word. Shiki Tai showed to me, out of all the things you could have thought of, the images you landed on make me feel like we were supposed to run into you.
Thank you very much, young lady.
No need to thank me. Trusting you is an extension of my belief in my musical intuition. No kidding? I'm lucky to have friends with such great taste in music.
I will never forget the kindness you've all shown me.
Oh, enough of that. We're not helping you because we need combat ready. Let's see what this here domain has to offer. Maybe we can take care of everything before Madame Kujo Sara gets back.
For adventurers at our level, there isn't a domain out there that we can't handle.